Persia did not become powerful by accident. It became powerful by design. When we talk about superpowers today, we usually think of military strength, economic dominance, or political influence. But thousands of years ago, long before modern definitions existed, one empire understood something most others did not. True power is not just about conquering land. It is about managing people, systems, and ideas. This is the story of how Persia became the world's first true superpower, not through chaos, but through structure. Before we begin, we need to redefine one word: power. Most ancient empires believed power meant force. Bigger armies, louder victories, more destruction. Persia took a different path. It asked a deeper question: how do you rule a vast world without breaking it? That question changed history. Let's start with geography, because every superpower begins with its location. Persia sat at the center of the ancient world. To the west lay Mesopotamia and the Mediterranean. To the east, Central Asia and the Indus Valley. To the north and south, trade routes connecting cultures, goods, and ideas. This land was not isolated, it was connected. Control the crossroads, and you influence everything that passes through them: trade, culture, information, and power itself. Persia understood this early. Geography did not make Persia powerful on its own, but it gave Persia the opportunity to become powerful if it knew how to use it. Now enter Cyrus the Great. Cyrus did not conquer like others before him. Instead of destroying cities, he preserved them. Instead of erasing cultures, he protected them. This was not kindness for its own sake, it was strategy. Imagine ruling an empire that stretches across continents, different languages, different religions, different customs. Most empires tried to solve this by forcing uniformity. Persia solved it by allowing diversity. This decision changed everything. One of Persia's greatest innovations was its system of governance. The empire was divided into regions called satrapies. Each satrapy was governed locally by leaders who understood the people, the land, and the culture. These governors were monitored, audited, and balanced by royal officials. Power was decentralized but not uncontrolled. This system did something revolutionary. It reduced rebellion. People were more willing to accept Persian rule because their daily lives were respected. Laws were enforced, but identities were preserved. Persia discovered a secret that modern governments still struggle with. People resist being ruled, but they cooperate when they are understood. At this point in history, Persia had achieved something rare. It controlled vast territory. It maintained internal stability, and it did so without constant violence. This is where Persia truly became a superpower. But governance alone is not enough. Power must move. Persia built one of the most advanced infrastructure networks the ancient world had ever seen. Roads connected cities across thousands of kilometers. Messages could travel faster than any empire before it. The royal road was not just a path, it was a communication system. Information moved. Orders reached distant regions. Trade flourished. Control became efficient. In a world without digital networks, Persia built the closest thing to one. Let's pause for a moment. If this idea of power feels different from what you've heard before, that's because it is. Most history focuses on battles. Persia focused on systems. If you're interested in how civilizations really functioned, not just how they fought, this series is exactly for you. Now let's talk about economics. Persia understood that wealth was not created by conquest alone. It was created by stability. Farmers could grow food, merchants could trade safely, cities could prosper. Standardized coinage simplified commerce, taxes were organized, resources were redistributed. The empire did not drain its regions dry. It invested in them. This created loyalty not through fear, but through benefit. And loyalty is one of the most powerful forces in history. Religion played a role as well. Persia did not impose a single belief system across its empire. Instead, it allowed religious freedom. Temples were respected, traditions were protected. This tolerance reduced resistance and increased cooperation. Where other empires fractured under religious tension, Persia remained stable. Again, not by chance, but by choice. At its peak, the Persian Empire was unmatched. It ruled more land than any empire before it. It governed more cultures than anyone had managed successfully. It lasted longer than many believed possible. But even superpowers faced challenges. The tension in Persia's story comes not from sudden collapse, but from gradual pressure. As the empire expanded, managing its size became harder. Internal competition grew. External threats increased. Eventually, military defeat came not because Persia lacked power, but because no system lasts forever. Yet here is the crucial point. When Persia fell politically, it did not disappear culturally. Most empires vanish when their power ends. Persia transformed. Its administrative ideas influenced future empires. Its concepts of tolerance echoed through history. Its infrastructure models inspired others. Even its enemies learned from it. Rome studied Persia. Later empires adapted Persian systems. Modern governance still reflects Persian logic. This is the mark of a true superpower. It changes the world even after it is gone. Let's bring this closer to the present. Today, when we discuss global power, we still ask the same questions Persia asked thousands of years ago. How do you rule diversity? How do you maintain stability? How do you balance control and freedom? Persia may not exist as an empire anymore, but its answers still matter. Here is the deeper insight. Power built on fear is loud but short-lived. Power built on systems is quiet but enduring. Persia chose the second path. That choice made it the world's first superpower. As we conclude, remember this. History is not just a record of what happened. It is a record of what worked. Persia worked not perfectly, not forever, but profoundly. And its legacy reminds us that true power is not about domination. It is about understanding. This video is part of our Persia Explained series on Persian LENZ. If you want to explore how ancient civilizations shaped the world we live in today, subscribe and continue the journey with us.